She grabs Dewey's gun just as Randy shows up, quickly followed by Stu. They're both pointing the finger at each other, and she's pointing the gun at both of them as she backs into the house and locks the door on them. I mean, can you blame her? It suddenly gets quiet outside, and then Billy comes stumbling down the stairs. We all thought he was dead. Sidney thought he was dead too. He goes for the door, but she stops him because Stu and Randy are out there. She gives him the gun, he unlocks the door, and Randy comes rushing in talking about how Stu has flipped out and gone mad. Billy closes the door and turns around with a grin on his face.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
No, Billy!
The mask finally drops. Billy is one of the killers. Stu strolls in and reveals he's the other one. These two idiots are very proud of themselves. Two killers, you ask? That explains a lot when you stop and think about it. Billy explains they murdered Sidney's mom for having an affair with his dad, causing his mommy to abandon him. Stu is giggling the whole time like this is the world's darkest group project. Stu even throws Randy's rules back in her face, saying she has to die now because she had sex with Billy. Then Stu has a surprise for her. He leaves and returns dragging Sidney's tied up father into the room. Their plan is to frame her dad as the killer in a murder-suicide, leaving them as the only survivors to be in the sequel. These crazy bastards then take turns stabbing each other to make it look good. Billy takes it a bit too far and stabs Stu just a little too much. This scene is jacked up and a bit funny thanks to some great lines from Stu.
I'm feeling woozy here.
While they were busy playing stabby stabby, the gun went missing and Gail was the one who took it. She aims it at Billy, who doesn't seem to be bothered in the slightest. That's because the safety is on. He takes the gun and kicks her out the front door where she gets knocked out and lands next to Dewey's body. He's about to finish her off when Stu realizes that Sidney used the distraction to escape. The phone rings and it's Sidney using their voice changer. She called the police on them, so now they have to rush if they're going to pull this off. Stu is bleeding out and takes a seat while Billy murders the couch. While she has Stu on the phone, she asks him what his motive is.
Peer pressure.
He then worries about how pissed his parents are going to be since she called the cops. You almost feel sorry for him. Eventually, Sidney comes out of hiding in full Ghostface costume and stabs Billy with an umbrella of all things. When he goes down, Stu comes charging in. For a guy that could barely stand a minute ago, he suddenly has a lot of energy. They have a brutal brawl. She fights back with everything she has. A kick to the groin, a bite on the hand, breaking a vase on his head, and finally dropping a tube TV on his head. Things are quiet in the house as Sidney picks up the mask. Then Randy jumps up, still alive and happier than ever to be a virgin. Unfortunately, Billy is back up and pissed off. He gets on top of Sidney and is about to stab her when Gail shoots him. She remembered the safety this time. Sidney takes the gun from her as they all approach Billy laying in the hall. Randy reminds them that this is usually when the killer comes back to life for one last scare. And right on cue, Billy lunges up only for Sidney to put a bullet in his head.